Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I come across one of Colour with Clair's videos and it was all about the colouring roulette. Now I believe that she created this PDF, and I've got everything here that I need to do a page under her reels. I've never done anything like this before, and I think this is such a good idea if you're in a colouring slump and you don't know what to colour. So I think it'll be fun. Now my idea is I've got a whip in the mouse guard. It's actually, let me just show you. Do you remember these ones that I started? I did actually do both of these on the channel. I've just not carried it on. So I thought maybe one of these, depending what gets picked of these. So it says take one card from the prompt pile and one card from the mediums pile. Take up to 5 of the colour cards. And if you want an extra challenge, include the wild cards. I won't include the wild cards on this one, but maybe on the next one, just because it's the first time that I'm doing it. But it says colour a page according to the cards you have chosen. Enjoy breaking out your comfort zone. So yeah, I'm really excited to do this. I've laminated these as well, just in case. I didn't want to rip the pages. Now the way that I've done it is probably the most stupidest way, but I just punctured a hole in them and then just wrap some yarn around it. Now ideally I probably should have just like paper clipped them together or kept them in a little Ziploc bag and then I can pull them out. I might do that actually. I might go and see if I've got any little baggies that will fit these in, because I think me trying to do it random like this, it'll be quite difficult, and some are forward, some are back. So I'll do that and then come back when I'm a little bit more organised. So I've just got some little reusable IKEA bags and then one big one that I can put the whole thing in when I'm finished, so it should be able to fit that as well. So these are the colour ones. Now I will link Clair's video down in the description because she goes through all the rules and whatnot so much better than me, and she's the one that created this. So I thought, yeah, best link the video. Right, so we've got the colours there. What are these ones? Colour the whole page using cross-hatching lines. Never done that. Complete a page using only colours of your country flag and team colours. Never done that. Colour a page using every art supply you have. Pencils, paint, pastels, marker. Oh, that would be a hard one. Now that is the wild card. So depending what gets picked, I probably won't use the wild cards for the first time, but we'll see. Let's not get these mixed up. So that can go in here. And I need my little, I'll get my little label maker and put little labels on the front of them. Just to be a little bit better organised. So this one is the mediums. So we've got paint pens, coloured pencils, watercolour, metallic pens, most expensive medium. There's such a good array of different things that she's come up with. And I believe as well there is some cards that are empty, just blank ones, and you could just use a Posca pen on these just to write your own things. I'm sure, yeah, there is on the prompts. Right. Yeah, so are these all prompts? They are as well. Yeah, so there's a couple of blank ones there. So you could add your own, like, if she's not included a dragon, you can put a dragon, or I don't know, a crumpet. Whatever it is. So I'll just add all these to this bag. Try and not make a mess. Right, so what should we start off with first? I'll pull the wild card one and just pop it to one side for now. I will go with the mediums first. So I'll open it up, not look, and try my best to mix it. Come on. I am turning away. I am turning away. So, what did we get? Your cheapest medium. Well, that'll be interesting. So, could I use pencils as well as paints? Right, I think that's a good one. That's a good one. Right, and then we need, which ones are these ones? They're the colours. And this is the prompt, so we need one prompt, I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, one. So, give them a mix, turn away. And I picked a blank one. Try again. I bet you I couldn't do that twice. What is the look? Gemstones. Gemstones, right, okay. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to use that page that I originally thought, which is fine. So I'll have to look through some of my books to find some gemstones. And now I need to pick 5 cards from the colour pile. Colour a page. Now, I think the way that I'll treat this, I'll explain that as I pick the 5 colours. Obviously random, of course. Turning away. So we've got 1. Aqua. Light cool grey. Have I got 2 there? No, 1. Slate grey. Oh no, not 2 greys. No. Dark warm grey. How's that going to work? Come on, the very last colour. I want either a green or a yellow. Come on. Red, violet. Right. So what I'll do is they will be my main 5 colours that I will use. Yeah, these will be the 5 colours that I will use. But like, I might add like a darker aqua to deepen something up. Or a lighter one to add a bit, or white, even white and black, add white and black to it. I don't know. I probably should have rewatched the video. I'm sure that'd be alright with the rules. But, should we go for the wild card and just see? I'm a little nervous about the wild cards. What's it say about the wild cards? Let's just see if it's one that I really think that I can't do, especially with these colours. See, your most expensive medium, so I can't do that one because that will cancel. Oh no, wait a minute. Does the wild card cancel it out? I'm sure that's what she said in a video. No, I'm not going to do it just in case she doesn't say that in a video, and I could always do a second video using the wild cards. So this is what I'll work with for now, because I don't want to cancel that out and that not be the rules. So what I'll have to do now is put away my mouse guard book and pick a page out that have got gemstones. Now the first books, artists that come to mind, come on. Nearly perfect. Nearly perfect. I won't be able to seal it, but I'm keeping it all right anyway. Is Hannah Calzon. So it might be a Hannah Calzon page. And I'm going to guess, it says your cheapest medium. Cheapest medium. I'm going to say, I'm sure it'll be fine. Cheapest mediums. Because of the way that I do my colouring pages, I can't just use pencils. I'll go Burma. I like adding a little bit of something else. So I'll use my cheapest mediums of everything, because I think that's quite a, it covers a lot, doesn't it? It covers a lot. So I'll get my stuff together, pick a page out, and then come back. So wish me luck. I'm really excited about this. Thank you, Claire, for creating this wonderful game. I've just pulled out both mediums that I'm going to use, and I have cleared a couple of things up with Claire. Now, she said that she's put mediums on this, even though it says medium there, mediums. So I can take this for as whatever I want. I can just choose one medium, being the pencil or watercolours or whatever, and just use that on the page. Or it can be mediums. So I am going to choose mediums, because I do like to use different things. I get bored of just using the same thing. So, and for the colours as well, she said, like for the aquas red violet, I could choose a lighter aqua and a darker aqua, as long as there's an aqua in there, and same with all the other colours. So perfect. So I've pulled out my Brit Funa pencils, which I'm not mad about. I'm definitely not mad about. I do really like these pencils. And I have checked Amazon, and the day of me filming this, they were on for £25 something. So they're definitely the cheapest set of pencils that I own. And I really do like these. I've actually got a backup set of these when they came on offer. I think it was last Black Friday. That's like last year. They went for like, I think it was like £17. So I pulled out them. And then for the watercolour, I was really surprised, I had a set of watercolour palette called Pretty Excellent, and I thought, I was convinced they must be the cheapest ones that I own. But after looking on Amazon, they're not. They were £25 something, so they've gone up quite considerably actually, which I'm really surprised about. But these ones, the vintage pastels, were £21 something. So these were the cheapest ones. So these are the two things that I'll be using. And luckily enough, if I look at the colours in this palette, there is, so we've got a sort of aqua. I could make an aqua out of these shades, or even the breezer would probably work. And then there's a soft lilac, and we've got red violet, so that might work, and the dark rose. So my idea is I'm going to use the paints first, just to clear this background, to get the white of the paper gone, let it completely dry, and then come back and work on the pencils. Now, it doesn't say anything in the game about adding embellishments at the end, you know, like stickles or like an acrylic paint pen for highlights, that sort of thing. So I am going to cheat a little bit, because I don't want to message you again. I feel like I'm mothering her. I'm going to cheat a little bit and just add a couple of things at the end, just for some finer details, and I hope that I'm not bending the rules too much. So to prep my page, I need my little clippy guys. I've organised my cabinets not, so everything's just on top of each other. So yeah, I need my clippy things, and I need some masking tape, because I do want to create a border, I think. Or do I not? What's the page behind this one? Yeah, I'm going to create a slight border, because I don't want to go on the page behind this one. And let's not forget my plastic sheet for behind this. I will find these on Amazon and link them in the description if they're not already there, because they ain't half handy. So I need to do the masking tape first, and then I've got these clips. What do they call them? I don't know, they call alligator clips or something like that. So I'm using a non-branded masking tape and just hoping that it works, because every single masking tape that I've bloody used, it still bleeds through. So I'm just using whatever. And like I said, I've moved everything around, so I can't remember where I put the stuff. Right. Now, I want this thick enough, just to, you know, enough to hold the page down, but I don't want a really thick border. And that would be soil. Messing with plants. Right, so that's the top bit. do the same at the bottom. Noticing as well there's a little bit of pencil there. I must have dropped it or something. Same at the bottom. I know you can't see, but it's exactly the same thing. And then for this side, I'm going to go over the whole of that area and then go over the top to create that border. I just want to protect that page as much as I can. That might be a bit wonky donkey. Right, that'll have to do. I think that's as straight as I'm going to get it. Push the paper down without ripping the masking tape off. And get a couple of these clips. Now, I've used these clips before and I've left them on overnight and they leave a really bad indentation. I mean, I could use just scrap pieces of paper, but well, I suppose, you know what? I've got these. So use a couple of these. Maybe 2 there. And 2 there maybe. They're not sticking very well, but that doesn't matter. Just lift the book up. Yeah, they're not sticking at all. But if I just use this, actually I'm going to fold them over. Just as like a cushion. And see if that'll stop the indentations. Oh, Deborah. I'm trying to get it as flat as I can. Otherwise, like that bit's sticking on, but I think that's the plastic. The watercolour will peel, and that's too far across. Oh, they're fiddling around. We'll get there in the end. Right, that'll have to do. They can be moved out of the way, the pencils can be moved because I don't need them till later. I will let this dry for quite a few hours before I even attempt to put any sort of pencil over the top. So, where's my big brushes? And the big daddy ones, they'll do. So I want to activate some of these. More fingers and thumbs. So, brushes ready. Here's the paint. I'll keep you this zoomed out just so you can see the whole illustration. Now, I want to do really, really light colours, I think. So, I'm not going to worry too much about going over the jewellery because the pencil will cover it up. So, we want some of the breeze there. Soft lilac. Dark rose. Dusky mauve. We'll stick with them 4 colours for now and see how I get on. Now normally I'll just go straight to the pan to here. Oh, I've not got a cloth. I've not got a cloth. See, I remembered where the cloths were. So let's wet the brushes. What I want to do first is wet the area that I want to work on. Just to get that paper. Well, I'm just going to wet it all. Just try my best not to go like in the centre of the jewellery. Just wet it all. Not the masking tape. Now I can see because of the light if I've missed any areas. You can see it glistening. So that should be okay. I'll stick with the larger brush, and this is a Princeton Neptune size 12 brush, and I'll try the dusky mauve first. Get a decent amount on my brush. Yeah, that is really light. Whoa. Ooh, mega light. Remember when everyone was saying mega pint? Johnny Depp. Just that went away, that. It came round and went away in a flash. Just pop in this random. It's not very pigmented, this one, to be fair. I think because I'm spoilt by watercolours now, when I use a slightly cheaper branded one, I'm not blown away. So the soft lilac, I think this is going to be darker. Not by much, and it's very bitter. It's a bit bitty, this one. When I'm saying bitty, it looks like it's literally got little bits in the paint. But that just might be because of how old it is, this palette. I've had it for quite a while now. Well, at least it's light. That was my idea, wasn't it? We're going with the breezy, I'm hoping. Oh, is it the brush? Let me change brushes. Really, really load that on. Yeah, they're just really light, aren't they? But you know what? That was the look that I'm going for. So I don't know why I'm complaining. It's doing its job. It's getting rid of the white of the paper. What about this dark rose? Is it really dark rose, or is it nothing rose? I am putting a lot down. That's not too bad. Maybe I've just not left it long enough. I've not used these paints in quite a while, so maybe it's just user error. Let's go back in to the soft lilac. Yeah, you know what? That's my fault. Hands up. Hands up. It's me being impatient, because I'm so used to the watercolours that I work with now, just working it instantly. So we should be able to pack a little bit more colour on here. Let's get rid of that line, don't like that. Let's try again with the breezy. Just using a pipette just to add more water, it's a bit easier than constantly dipping in the water. Yeah, that one's not as pigmented. So even though I've waited. Now ideally I'd want to use a heat gun, because I would have liked to have put a couple of layers on. But it's not a good idea. Let's go in with the soft lilac again. We'll add it here. And a little bit of the pink. Why not? Let's pull that colour around. Well, they definitely weren't joking when they said pastels, were they? But I'm still sticking to it. They're a bit bitter. I don't want to use any more colours than I already have, because I feel like I'm cheating a little bit by using these. I bet you thought I was going to forget to do that centre bit then, didn't you? No. Not this time. Bit of the pink. Now the pencils won't have any trouble covering. Well, it's a good job really, isn't it? Go a bit more with the purple. I really like that breezy colour. I just wish that it would show up a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not adding any other colour. I do really feel like I'm cheating. Bit of the pink there as well. Claire, I'm sorry if I'm cheating, but this is what I find fun. So I think that's it with the background. It's really, really, really simple. It almost looks that like a marble effect, and I think once it dries it'll look even more so like a marble effect because of how light the colours are. One last thing I'm going to do though, not with this brush because this one's too big, with that brush that I was using, I'm just going to pop here and there just some clean water and just see if it gives me some of that cauliflower effect. I think that'll look quite smart. So that is it for the paint for now. I'm not going to go over with a second layer of that, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I won't do because I'm going to, like I said, I'll leave this probably 4 or 5 hours actually before I can work on it again. So I'll be able to take the masking tape off. I'm going to take this off now. I'm a bit nervous about leaving them lines. So yeah, I will see you in a little bit. Now it is about 4 or 5 hours later. I do have to keep my voice down. Child asleep. Child asleep. But I just want to take this masking tape off. I don't want to leave this overnight, and I plan on working on this very early tomorrow. Very early. I'm just hoping, keep my fingers crossed, that it's worked and it's not bled through. I'll check behind as well. Oh, it's not looking great, and it's already ripping the paper. Yeah, it's not worked. It's so frustrating. And it even, I've used the heat gun to melt the glue before, and that's very hit and miss. But I suppose that doesn't look too bad because it's not perfect all the way around. So it sort of looks like it was meant to be like that. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It could have been worse. Let me check the back. Yeah, so I didn't really expect any bleed through because it weren't really super pigmented paint, but it's given a nice effect. That it's all, like I said, it's like a marble effect almost. But you see what I mean about the edges. It's not completely neat. There is bits that have come out. But I think because it's like that all the way around, it sort of looks like it was meant to look like that. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So we'll get to working on this tomorrow, which will be just a second for you. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to using the brute pruners. So let's just go through very quickly because I want to keep all this together. So we picked gemstones, cheapest medium, so we're doing the brute pruners next. Colours, we've got aqua, light to cool grey, slate grey, warm, dark, warm grey. That's going to be interesting. And red violet, and I can use a lighter version and a darker version of each colour. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. So I will see you in the morning. I'm actually filming this the next day now, so I can talk at a normal volume and not whisper, because that's what it felt like I was having to do last night when I was taking that masking tape off. But yeah, it's okay, and it's okay. But I've got the brute pruners pencils here. I'll pick out the colours and then sharpen them. So we need aqua first. I have got the colours all set out though. So we need an aqua. Now these are not named. I just have to go off what I think is an aqua shade. So I would say that one. I would say that would be my aqua. So I can go darker with that, and I don't think there's a lighter. So I'll just have to stick with them two. There's an even darker one there, but that is cheating. So they're my two aqua shades. Then we need a light cool grey. This is where I'm going to struggle with this because they're not named. I do think that this one here, we've got a dark warm grey. I do think ideally I should have got, I've got one here. That looks like a slate grey sort of colour. Well, that's definitely not slate grey, so it's a good job that I'm swatching them out. Now that looks like the warm grey, dark warm grey, so I'll use that as the dark warm grey. And then we need the slate grey, which I'm not too sure in all these colours. See, that's more like a really dark aqua shade to me. So that's not going to suit. And again, that's like a dark blue. Have I tested this one out? Yeah, that's that one at the start. See, they look completely different. That's another warm grey. I've got, I need light cool grey and slate grey. So maybe this one for light cool grey. Yeah, so I think that'll work for the light cool grey. I just need a slate grey colour. Maybe that one, that's probably the closest one. Oh, I've tested nearly all of them now. There's only black. So I think I'll have to go with that for the slate grey, even though I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to keep the black out. And then we need a red violet. Let me just go and check. Let me check in my Prismacolors. Let me just pull my pencil case out. Just to get a reference of what red violet is meant to be. This is the only pencil case I let get messy, don't judge. See, I thought it would be one of these. I don't know if there is any red violets. Pomegranate, magenta, black cherry, crimson lake. Imperial violet. See, I thought it'd be like this colour. Maybe a little bit darker. That's what I'm going to have to go off because I'm not 100% sure, to be totally honest with you. So maybe let's test these two. Might be a little bit too light. Oh, there we go. Red violet, I'm guessing. But I think that one is probably a lighter version than that one. So if I go with them two, and I think that's my colours. I probably could go a darker one with that one, but I really do feel like I'm cheating. So there's the colours that we've got, and the white as well. I can use the white. Is there a white in here? Is there not a white in here? Oh yeah, there is a white in here. Right, this is going to be interesting. So here's all the colours that I'll be using for this page. So this is going to be interesting. So I'll sharpen these and then I think I'll start from left to right. Now my idea behind these crystals, gems, emeralds, whatever you want to call them, was to make every single one of them different. Even though I've got a limited selection of colours, I picked them original 5 colours, and then I've got a couple darker and a couple lighter, and then the black and white. You'll see me colouring this as I usually colour crystals, but I do go out of my comfort zone a little bit, I do end up using a white, and it is actually the Brut Funa white, and I do think it's a really nice white for a budget friendly pencil. It is a nice white, but by the end of doing, I think there's six pieces of jewellery on this page, I'm sure there's 6, I had lost trying to create different colour combinations, and they were sort of, it was repeating the same step over and over, and it sort of, by the end of it, it reminded me of colouring a mandala, which gives me a really bad headache. So I was glad that this illustration was over with. I'm really excited to do this challenge again, but not on this sort of page. But the end result is pretty cool, and I think the background works out, and I think it is a good job. I'm just watching now, it is a good job that I did go ahead and add that black in, because the darkest grey that was actually chosen for me, which was the slate grey, once I'd put 2 or 3 layers of the Brut Funa pencils down, I couldn't really build any more colour up, so you will see me using black here and there. It's really sped up this as well. It's sped up by times 20, so I do think it took me around an hour and a half, 2 hours to colour all of these, but obviously you're seeing it in a flash. What I might do is add the full version just in case anybody wants to watch, but it'll just be music over the top, because obviously I can't speak for an hour and a half, 2 hours. But yeah, it's so interesting watching this back, and sometimes I wish it was this quick. I wish it was this quick. But that last one that you just saw there, the one that was empty at the bottom of the page, I thought for some reason that was the last one, and then I looked up and saw this empty one, which this one is my favourite actually. And I did cheat a little bit, I'm sorry Claire, I used my acrylic white pen just to add some highlights and some little stars. I hope that you don't mind. But yeah, I'm running out of the combinations here, because I've done more or less every single colour jewel in the middle, so I ended up doing grey, like grey and black. It's not my favourite, but it turned out in the end, the colour scheme, I would have never ever have picked these pencils to go with each other, and then the background as well. I love it. Thank you, Claire. All complete, all complete. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I would never in a million years would have chosen these colours. So what a fun game that Claire's created. I thoroughly suggest to download this. I will link her video in the description. I mean, it's going to be literally different every single time, unless you're like me. When I was picking the blank ones out, you can fill them in as well with anything that you want to. But it was a nice fun change, and I think this sort of challenge as well will get you out of a colouring stump. Now please do let me know in the comments, would you like me to do this again? But I'll use one of the wild cards, which makes it a little bit more challenging. So that'll be interesting. The only thing I would say is don't pick a page beforehand like I did, because you need to know the prompt to know what to be able to colour before. So yeah, don't have that in your head, oh I want to colour this book and then I'll do the challenge, because it might not work like that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and thank you Claire for creating this game. I'm hoping that everyone wants the wildcard one, then I'll film it. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.